I would answer a few of them. Yeah, are modern women more masculine than traditional women? That's most certainly true. Do I believe in 50-50? I guess in modernity I would, but I don't think it's an optimal system. Do you think an independent woman is a positive or negative thing? Definitely very negative. And has feminism messed up our society? This was kind of the main one I wanted to tangle up on. Yes, definitely, feminism has been terrible for all of humanity, not just Western society. It's terrible for all of humanity.
For all of humanity or for you?
Andrew, listen. Now you came in talking straight facts right there, bro.
I agree with Andrew on the feminist thing. I ain't asked the word.
It tore up the whole world.
The whole world, yeah. It's been
the whole world.
Well, it's an inversion. Well, I can explain.
This agenda is horrible.
Yeah, I can kind of explain the position if you'd like.
Y'all can
so feminism is an inversion of the biological order. So all societies are going to reduce to a patriarchy no matter what, because men have a monopoly on force, just straight brute strength. So, I mean, ultimately, you're always going to reduce to a patriarchy. There's really no way around it. So all rights women have are essentially granted to them by men, and there's no way around that either.
But it's not biological if you have to force people to do it. Like you had to.
Why would that not be biological? That makes no sense.
Right? Why would that not? Right? What's wrong with her, man?
Yeah, that makes no sense. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why would what not be?
Yeah, how you said that wouldn't be biological if you have to use force. Why wouldn't it be? That makes no sense.
Let me add
that about me.
The feminist agenda also. They don't feel like men's supposed to provide for a woman. They feel like woman's supposed to be independent. I don't mess with that.
Well, they've destroyed the idea.
About me though, they said I sounded.
You guys would like to debate? Please come up and
be able to work, and I don't mess with that. They fought for women to be able to work, and so now since we got jobs, some men think, okay, she can provide for herself. She got her own job. So I don't. The feminist agenda messed up a lot of things for women too.
Yeah, but you know what the main thing was that they messed up was the idea of giving yourself over to a man or subservience to a man. That's what they messed up. That's what they messed up worse at all was the idea of submission.
But if you have to force people to do it, is it natural? That's what I'm saying, because nowhere in like the
force is natural.
No, they don't do that.
Yes, they do. Animals literally use force on each other all the time, every day, nonstop. What do you? Let me ask you a question. What do you think predators eat? Grass?
Other animals?
Yeah. So would that be force or not force?
Yes, but that doesn't mean your strength is used to have power over the other one.
Well, do you think that the wolf has the power over the rabbit?
Yeah.
Well, then what are you talking about? It makes no sense.
Okay, guys. Legal Leaf is new. Hey, Legal Leaf.
No, she want to talk. Let him cook her.
Talk. I just want to.
So
how are you?
Says you believe that a man not supposed to provide for you.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you're saying that this is natural, biological. That's not true.
It is true.
But the feminist agenda, when they did the feminist march and all of that, they were protesting for them to be able to provide for themselves, to be independent women. They didn't want the man to be in the household anymore. They didn't want the man to provide anymore.
Because they didn't have the option. They weren't saying.
They did too have the option. What?
They literally couldn't take out loans. They couldn't.
What did they need to take out loans for? They weren't responsible for debt. They weren't responsible for debt. Men were.
The man wasn't responsible for the debt.
I just want to educate y'all real
quick.
For
houses, loans for money to start businesses.
Women were not allowed to have.
But they need a business for the man providing.
That's right, but listen, guys. Women were not allowed to own their own separate bank accounts till 1974. Do whatever that you want with that.
Yeah, because they were not. They weren't allowed to incur debt. Men incurred all of their debt, all of it. Their fathers incurred their debt. Their husbands incurred their debt. They didn't have to incur any debt whatsoever.
Not being able not to depend on somebody else. That's the problem here.
Why would that be a problem?
There wasn't a problem.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you pampered and just had everything given to you? Oh, that's terrible. What an awful life.
That's what you're thinking.
No, Cameron, let me tell you. When the man passed or when they got a divorce, the woman got everything. So it wasn't that the man couldn't provide. He had to provide because during the divorce, he had to give her a certain amount of money.
Yeah, actually, you could go to jail for neglecting your wife. It was called spousal neglect.
Exactly.
You can't go to jail for
Actually,
neglecting the spouse now. You can't even go to jail
Right.
for it.
They had laws in place where they forced the men to provide for the women, but those laws was taken away after the feminists got their rights and things like that.
actually, domestic violence only became illegal in 1920.
Okay,
So
that's the neglect and domestic violence
And
is
that
two
man was
different things.
beating on their wives. We didn't care about no damn
yeah,
law.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
they still
It
doing it today, but that don't have nothing to do with neglect and forcing
yeah, that's
your
what
wife, forcing
you're
a
saying
man
they
to take
used to
care of his
have a
wife.
law. You're saying they used to have a law for that, but they didn't have a law for domestic violence. That doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, because terms change. What is considered DV now may not have been under the same law criteria 100 years ago. That doesn't mean that you could beat up your wife. It was highly illegal to beat up your wife. Even in 1900, it was illegal to do that.
Yeah, they just
Where on earth did you
they
get the
different.
idea that you could just beat up your wife if you wanted to in 1920?
You know they got different names for different things nowadays. Cause like for example, me and Not just got
Like
off
the
a
life, y'all.
live.
Like the life.
Just like me and Not just got off a live, and colorism was not colorism. It was discrimination of skin tones. So they had different names for different things back then.
Let's be real.
And
The,
then
the, the names of things have changed, but the definitions have never changed.
right. So they have a lot of different names. So back then, certain laws they did
Ready?
have laws in place.
Husbands, hang on. Let me make this point. Husbands in both American West and Australia and in Canada were routinely arrested or summoned to court for beating their wives in the late 1800s, early 1900s, back to the 1700s. Routinely, they were arrested for doing this. They had a different set of laws that was not called DV, but they most certainly enforced it. This is the problem with feminists, is that the
Domestic
revisionists, they have
violence
revisionist
is a
history.
new
They
word.
take
Y'all have to
modernity,
understand we have new
and they
words.
go, oh, well, it doesn't map onto the exact laws we have in modernity. Well, yeah, it was
I know
100
you
years
got something
ago.
to say.
Yeah, they have new words for everything, but they did have laws for that because I know for a fact because my grandma she had to do some particular things back then in the day. So yeah, that's false.
Yeah, and this is a thing. This is a thing. You know what I'm saying? Did men still do it? Yes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of women back then, they knew that if that man went to jail, that would cause issues for them. So there was a lot of women who did not report DV back then.
And today
Yes, that's
and let me
exactly.
piggyback off what you said today. And they still do that same thing today. It's women right now getting they back toe off the frame and they won't go report it because they getting benefits and money. Just like Cassie's situation. She never told on Diddy because she was getting paid. And she's still not telling on him because she got paid.
Right. If y'all want to come up and have this conversation, we can. Okay, so in that standpoint of what we're saying, right, Carmen and King Mo, y'all can
And
unmute.
the only reason why she's talking, because she's not talking publicly, she's only talking because the FBI got involved for a different case.
Yeah, they
Not for the
compelled her to, right?
they forced her to. See, they subpoenaed
That
her to
man paid
talk.
her off, and she didn't care.
Okay, she didn't care about getting, and not only that, the same woman she laughed at another woman for getting her back toe off the frame on Kim Porter. She was laughing at Kim Porter. Nobody talks about that. So people don't take. I feel like some women, not all, some women do not take DV situations as seriously if they're getting
That's
paid.
bad too, of course.
It is true. You can see it in everyday life.
I have a question. Okay, I have a question for you. Right, Carmen?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna use a scenario, me, you, and Tate Money. If me, you, and Tate Money, right? There's a guy, right? We talked to three brothers, right? We talked to three brothers. Now all these men are all Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk rich, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he's towing your behind up but giving you $100,000 allowance each month, you're going to put the police to report him? Be honest.
No.
It depends.
It
Is it like
depends.
Okay,
it does?
it depends.
But the fact that it even
You're not
depends
taking it
makes her
seriously.
point. The fact you even think it
No,
depends
You
makes her
just
point.
made my whole point. So
I'm
you're
sa-
not taking it serious.
So the
why
second
nobody
money
give up the money?
is introduced. Oh, I'm not so sure if I'm going to report that
You
now.
said hundreds of
Exactly.
thousands
You
of
ain't
dollars.
sure. So you're not taking it serious. That's what I'm
Hell
saying.
no, she's not taking it seriously.
Can I speak?
Sure.
I'm saying
streaming
that
on
if it was
Carmen ain't taking nothing serious, man.
Andrew, but I don't care.
okay, so I'm saying that if it was somebody else, obviously I wouldn't do that because I couldn't have that on my conscience. If I was scared for my life every single second of every day,
You said,
nobody's really worth that.
hold on. She said, Nelly said somebody streaming us on YouTube. Who's streaming us on YouTube?
I am. Is that all right?
I don't care. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, it shouldn't matter. It's all fair use anyway. But the audience is enjoying it.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, he
Okay,
should
but
listen
anyways,
to. We're on TikTok live anyways. People are gonna see us anyway.
Yeah, they're gonna see it anyway.
Okay,
It's fair
Hold
use.
on. Wait a minute, bro.
Okay, listen.
We don't know what his YouTube account doing though, bro. Come on, man. I need a little
Well,
coins
I'm
off
not
it.
doing anything but just streaming the conversation as I'm having it. That's it.
Well, I'm talking about your followers though, bro. Like,
Oh, they're not gonna do anything to you, man. I promise. You're good.
No, I'm talking about your platform. I'm talking about like how many people you already got, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's an investment, bro. You know, the many people you got, the more money you make.
Yeah.
So I need a part of them coins, bro. You got
I'm not giving you a cut of my chat because I bring a huge audience to your channel. I bring a huge audience to your channel, and you want a cut of my money? Yeah, right.
I ain't consent to this.
You don't have to consent. It's fair use, dude.
Nah, buddy, hell no, buddy.
It's fair. I'm sorry. Am I on your public channel that you're publicly streaming right now? Oh no.
Yeah, bro, this is my channel, bro.
And it's publicly being streamed, bro.
But I ain't asked you to.
It doesn't matter. You don't have the choice. It's fair use.
Just leave if you want.
Anyways, okay, hold on. This is the question he asked. Are y'all okay?
He's just giving me shit. Come on, it's fine. He's good.
Cool with as long as they follow